Hello, and welcome to Instant Impact. My name is Bob Eichinger, and I'm a member of the philanthropic services team here at the Chicago Community Trust. This tutorial video will assist you in the process of submitting recommendations for grants from your donor advised fund to organizations you wish to support. For those of you already familiar with Instant Impact, please take note of the new features that enhance your experience with added options for your grant making. If you're new to Instant Impact, this step-by-step tutorial provides you with an introduction and tips that will help you navigate your grant-making effort. So let's get started. The first step is to visit the Chicago Community Trust website at cct.org. Click on the Login tab on the gray bar at the lower left side of the home page. This will bring you to the account login page for donors and for nonprofit organizations seeking grants. Click on Log into Instant Impact under the For Donors title, and that will bring you to the donor login page. Here, you'll enter your email address in the username box, and then type in your password and click on Login. If you don't remember your password, click on Forgot Password, and instructions will be sent to your email address to help you change your password. So if you'll just give me a moment, I'll log in. So now you should see the Instant Impact homepage, which will display the name of your fund or funds if you have more than one, and the market value as of the most recent quarterly statement. The spendable balance reflects the amount available to you to grant out at this time. The homepage also shows in graphic form the history of gifts that you've made into your fund and the grants that have been issued from your fund in the current calendar year. Please take note of the dark blue bar at the top right portion of the homepage. Here you can track your fund's activity, including grant history and gift history. You can also search through our database for organizations that you may want to support. To submit a recommendation, click on the Grant Now tab in one of two places, either the lower left or upper right portion of that homepage. On the grant recommendation page, you should see the heading Make Grant Recommendation. Click on the box under From to select your fund. Please note that your spendable balance will be listed next to your fund name. Then, under To Grantee, you will see three options to select a grant recipient. If you click on Past Grantees, a drop-down menu will list all of the organizations that have received grants from your fund in the past. The Favorites tab contains any organizations you have designated as your favorites, those you may want quick access to for recurring grants. To create a favorites list, just click on the Preferences tab on the home page and follow instructions. If you're recommending a grant to a new organization, simply type it into the third box that reads Enter Nonprofit Name to search our database. If your selection is in our database, a drop-down menu will appear with choices matching the name you have entered. If the organization is not in the Chicago Community Trust database, you'll be prompted before continuing to provide contact information for that nonprofit. Next, enter the amount of the grant you wish to make, a total between $250 and your spendable balance. Below the grant amount is Select Payout Date. The default date will be the next available issue date, which will be the next Wednesday. Click on the drop-down menu if you want to change that date to make it later. Please be reminded that grant checks are issued on Wednesdays. Recommendations submitted before the end of the day on each Wednesday are processed in the ensuing week, and checks are then issued the following Wednesday. Next, you will see a purpose box where you can enter details if you wish to designate or restrict your gift to a specific project or program. If you leave it blank, the default purpose will be general operations. After naming your purpose, you will have the option of adding special instructions, if any. An example is, if you'd like the grant to be sent to the attention of a specific staff member, you can enter that name here. Next, you'll choose if you want this to be a recurring grant. The default is no. If you click yes, you will be asked to choose the frequency of the recurring grant, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or annually, and the number of recurring grants you wish to make. Now, a new feature on the grant recommendation form is the awards letter option. Here, you can choose how you want certain elements of the letter to the grant recipient to read. The first option is completely anonymous. Click Yes if you want the grant to be made anonymously, and then proceed to the next option. The award letter will then inform the grant recipient that this grant is being made by an anonymous fund. If you click No, your grant will not be anonymous to the name of your fund, and the name of your fund will be included in the award letter. Even if you don't want your gift to be anonymous to the grant recipient, you can choose to have your grant be anonymous to the public. So you can click Yes or No to indicate whether you wish to allow the recipient organization to acknowledge your grant publicly. Finally, you can also choose whether to include the name of the person who is recommending the grant. Click Yes or No to indicate whether you wish the advisor name to be listed. The next new option is available to those who want to make a grant in honor or in memory of someone. Click Yes, and a drop-down menu will ask you to enter the name of the person and indicate whether the grant is being made in honor or in memory of that person. A second box then provides space for you to enter the name and contact information of a person you want the grant recipient organization to inform of the grant that is made in his or her name. So we're almost done. Click on Continue at the bottom of the page. If all your information is correct, you will be directed to the grant recommendation submission page. If any of the information is incomplete, you'll be prompted to enter additional information. First, if your selected organization is not in the Chicago Community Trust database, a screen will pop up alongside the grant recipient name. Click on that tab, and an information screen will pop up. Please provide as much information as possible. All boxes with asterisks require you to include this item: the organization name, the street address, the city, and the zip code. If you do not have the additional information, the phone number, the tax ID number, contact person, and email, our staff will add this information during the vetting process. Please note that the trust staff will vet all grant recommendations to confirm their status as qualifying charitable organizations. When you're finished, click Submit. After entering all of the missing information, scroll to the bottom of the page and click on Continue again to move to the grant recommendation submission page. Here you will be able to review all of the information you have entered. Please review it carefully and make sure that information that you entered is correct. The next step is to confirm by checking the box that you have read and agree with the statements regarding the grant, that this is not a binding pledge, the donor is receiving nothing of more than incidental value in return, the grant is not supporting a political or lobbying campaign, and that the grant is not supporting a private non-operating foundation. Here's another new feature. If you wish to preview the award letter that will accompany the grant check, click on Preview Award Letter. After reviewing the grant award letter, or if you choose not to review the letter, click on Submit Recommendation if you are ready. If you wish to make changes to the letter, click on Make Changes, and then the previous screen will appear so that you can make corrections or changes that then will be entered into the letter. After making changes, scroll to the bottom of the page and click on Continue and return to the grant recommendation submission page. Check the box indicating you agree with the statements listed and click on Submit to finalize your recommendation. A confirmation page will pop up thanking you for your grant recommendation. You will have the option to print a copy of the confirmation receipt if you wish, or to make another grant. If you click Make Another Grant, you will be directed to a new grant recommendation page. We hope this video has been helpful and that it makes your grant recommendation experience simple and easy. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call or email me with your philanthropic advisor for help. We will be happy to assist you with any problems you may encounter. Thank you for your attention and for your generosity to the organizations and cause you care about most. And thank you for your partnership with the Chicago Community Trust.